you have noticed that in my setup here, something stands out. Uh, I have an NPC Touch connected to a Surface Pro uh, computer, and I use that setup like an instrument. In other words, that laptop has other things in it, but it's not connected to anything else. For those of you who don't know, the MPC Touch is or has an audio card. So it does have an audio interface. So coming out of there, I'm coming out ready to pretty much go into anything. And I have that as a dedicated output coming into my mixer. Um, you have got to watch your levels, and I mean at all in all areas, because you have levels coming out of the NPC, and you also have levels coming out of the computer, and those have got to be tamed at the entry point into your mixer, and otherwise it's going to be either distorted or too low in volume, and it takes a little bit of finagling to accomplish. However, that is just one of the setups that I use as an instrument. I have the same type of setup with an old iPad and a Griffin. I don't really use the Griffin except for the holding the iPad in position, but it's basically the same thing. I have also another setup with an Android tab, an old Android tablet that I've had, what, 8, 9 years now, and I use that with some of the instruments that you can get from the Play Store, the Google Play Store. Uh, I also have another setup with a very inexpensive Samsung Chromebook. Um, I mainly run things out of BandLab, out of that one, uh, because I don't like to. If you've ever had a Chromebook, you know that there is no storage practically on that thing. So instead of downloading stuff into it, I monitor and I play them and record them directly to my DAW. Now, down in the bedroom, I have another laptop. It's a Dell. That one I have hooked up strictly for Cubase. Cubase, as you know, uh, is very demanding in what it needs to run, and that laptop is perfect for that because she has over 250 some gigabytes, and I could dedicate it to it. Um, the same thing with the old XP laptop that I run old 32-bit plugins with. I use that as an instrument. Uh, the reasoning I'm saying all of these things is because even though I like to keep almost everything in the box, it can become quite a headache. And take it from me, I have two external drives, 4 terabytes each, and they're almost full. And I have, I don't know, I think it's 30 or 40 thumb drives, those little USB sticks. Uh, those things fill up quite easily, but are not fast. There's a long waiting time. Once you get used to having that external uh, drives, the speed at which you can go and grab things and save things to it, no matter how big the libraries are, is amazing. You will not want to do the USB sticks again. So I got about 30 or 40 of them lying around. I still go to them and get some things because I don't want to bring everything that's on the sticks into the SSD drives. Otherwise, they will become even fuller. Anyways, those thumb drives, the first couple of them I was erasing and deleting whatever I had in them so that I could reuse them until I wisened up and got an external drive, and I was able to get it because they're not cheap either. Now they are becoming a lot more accessible price wise, but the waiting time on those sticks is deplorable, and even passing things from those drives into one of the bigger drives is a real pain in the neck. So, anyways, they will stay there. If I feel like it, I go in there and I look for what I need. And sometimes it takes me a day to crap around. Those days that you have block of some sort, that's what I do when I get those days. Uh, Let me see what else I wanted to say concerning those drives. Well, anyways, the idea still remains. Why I'm doing all these using computers, laptops, or tablets as external setups and using them as dedicated instruments is to free my little computer that I use right now. All I'm using here is a little Hewlett Packard recent recent 3 Radeon, and this thing is, I think, like 60 gigabytes memory, and it pushes everything up to the cloud if you wanted to. I don't, so I run my main programs out of uh, the little storage room in the computer itself, in the laptop itself, and everything gets pushed out as soon as I make something, files of any kind. I push them out, and all the programs, I have the programs in there, but the libraries to the programs, they're all in SSDs, external. Things that you have to do. Now, I have run into problems where I don't have any memory to do what I want to do. Especially went through that with native instruments because it requires that you have the amount for the downloads, the amount of memory physically be there. So there are workarounds with that, but that's another thing. Anyways, we uh, we can get a laptop so cheap nowadays. Some of these I paid like 60, 70, $100 for them. Uh, the reason for that is I got quite a few of them, and I have my favorite ones. And being inexpensive is like buying an instrument because I will dedicate those laptops for. One time, a long time ago, I had like four of them connected to the mixer, and that was ridiculous because each one of the controllers was hooked up to a different one, and I don't have to tell you that if you have four uh, mouse and four keyboards to handle, it's easy to get lost. So that proved to be not efficient, but still an option. Still is an option. Anyway, I'll come back with After this pause, I'll come back with some suggestions.